What's good, fire signs? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. I hope this video finds you well. We are going to do 3 individual mini love tarot readings, what I call my Lil Sips mini love tarots, for each fire sign. So we're going to do Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So welcoming you to come into these readings with an open heart and an open mind. Know in advance here on YouTube, they're general readings, right? So that means not everything I say will resonate with every single fire sign out there. That's okay, guys. If it's not your message, don't be offended. It's just simply not your energy this week. Give these messages time to resonate. Not everything will click instantly. But take away messages that empower you, that inspire you, that confirm something you're thinking or feeling. Messages for your best and highest good. You're in the driver's seat, so you get to determine what those are, okay? I am just the messenger. Everything about this video will be down in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I am the Intuitive Teacup. Facebook, Instagram.com. If you want to book a personal, that's down below. There will be timestamps so you can skip right to your section if you're only interested in Leo or Aries, etc. Timestamps are right down below in the comments. That's pretty much it. I think we're going to hop in. I hope you guys had, if you're a Leo, I hope you guys had a wonderful birthday season. We are in Virgo now. That nice earth energy, so let's do it. I feel like that is going to breed messages of finances and career, but we'll see. All right, so let's hop in. Let's officially timestamp. We're going to start with Leo, my Leo gang out there. So what's up, Leo? How you doing? Let's get some love messages. So Leo, this is going to be, sorry guys, who you're thinking of. If you don't currently have a person in your life, this may resonate later. It may not resonate at all if you don't have a person, but I'm reading for the one who you're thinking about, okay? Usually it ends up being romantic love, though it doesn't have to be. This could be about your parents or your child or something of the sort, okay? As always, keep an open mind. That's good policy. Leo. Leo babies. Tell me about their love life. Let's get 3 cards for Leo. 3 cards for the Leos out there. Whew, it's steamy. All right, Leo, let's do it. So, your person is coming up as Ace of Cups in their mind. So what are they thinking about? They are thinking about love. The aces do always start with us, right? You can't pour from an empty cup, as we like to say in tarot, but this says their cup runneth over. It seems like they have lots of love to give. Interesting, sometimes this card can indicate like happy tears, like there's an overwhelming like outpouring of emotions. So I don't know if that makes sense to any of you, if maybe you guys, I don't know, maybe you recently had a talk where it was very emotionally charged, or maybe there's something very serious going on in your person's life, and you may be a friend as well as a lover or something like that. Offering a listening ear to their to what's going on with them emotionally. That's really sort of what I'm getting from that. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy, though it certainly doesn't have to be. That's just what the cup suit typically represents. But cups are love in tarot. They are our emotions, sometimes our psychic abilities, our feelings, our creativity. So, you know, a lot of messages there. But in their head, I like this. In their head, they see a victory. I don't know if they're confident about a victory with you. Sometimes this can be an egocentric card, but it doesn't have to be. It's just saying they've gotten through some major conflict. Sometimes the 5 of Wands can be competition or struggle, a fight to the end. With the 6, it's like, okay, we've made it. We've achieved something. We've accomplished something. And there's a sense of pride there. It's like, okay, we did it. I'm sort of getting, I didn't think I could do it, but I did. There's a sense of like newfound pride there. And maybe that's what these happy tears are. I mean, again, just putting the scenario out there. If this is your child, maybe they graduated college and it was a struggle, right? And they're just like, oh my God, I got my degree. I got this now. Like, do you know what I mean? I just try and give you examples of it's not always exactly what you think it is, right? You kind of have to think outside the box with these messages sometimes. So they have 2 6s. I like that a lot. 6 and 6 is 12. So are you dealing with a Pisces maybe? Doesn't have to be. And their overall outcome, forward movement with clarity. Again, when we go out of the 5s in tarot are all about change and chaos and disorder, and ultimately they promote growth spiritually in our communication, in our excitement to go after something, and then again growth in our thoughts, our mind, our intelligence, our communication. So they're coming out of 5s, but they've made it to the 6. I know this kind of sounds weird, but there's a system of how I read tarot. So if they're in 6 energy, 6s are victories, they're accomplishments, they're smooth sailing, right? With this card, we always say he's going from those rocky waters. You see that, how it's all wavy and crazy and choppy, to smooth sailing. They've made it to the other end and they're still there. And they're not alone, right? They've got you on their ship with them. So this very much feels like a friend in your life. And it is showing up in your love spread. So, I mean, we'll definitely see if we can view it through the lens of romantic love. But yeah, there's something extreme that your person's been going through. But, you know, sneak peek, happy news. They make it through to the other side and they're going to be fine. Not to minimize what they were going through, because obviously there's all different degrees of the severity of that. But I'm almost getting they need to take a deep breath. Maybe you guys are finally able to like go on a vacation together, or maybe you haven't seen them in a while because they had to go through their own journey on something, and now it's like, okay, I'm coming to see you. Let's hang out. So let's throw some clarifiers on that. You are going to welcome them with open arms. And how do I say this? I'm just going to say it. And other things that will be opened as well. It's laced with sexual energy. No, Leo, never. You? I'm just kidding. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. Yeah, you offered sympathy and comfort to this person. They may have, I know this is so random, they may have lost a pet recently, like a dog or a cat or something. They could have lost an object that meant a great deal to them. And yeah, you were there to console them. It could also be a Gemini. You console them with your words. The way you speak to them, it's very soothing. It's very nurturing. Now, this could go vice versa as well, right? If you're the one who had kind of a big hurdle in your life recently and this person kind of talked you off a ledge, so to say. Yeah, this person has love for you. The Ace of Cups is being clarified by the King of Wands. Well, that's you, Leo, isn't it? King of Wands, my fixed fire sign, right? Whether you're male or female, that is a Leo card. Yeah, God, this is beautiful. And they see a victory as the two of you being a good pair, a good match. I love this card, too, in the Two of Cups, because a lot of times we see Two of Cups and our gut reaction is romance, love, you know, beautiful romantic partnership. It's not to say it couldn't be, but look, they're keeping a distance and feeling it out. They're still touching. They're still together. There's clearly a card of friendship, of camaraderie, almost, and I don't mean to make it weird, but almost like a brother-sister dynamic here. It's not to say it couldn't be more, but that's what I mean. This is friendship. This is the start of a beautiful friendship. ... Do you know what I mean? Like, this is literally saying ... Like, but where are we going from here? So let's clarify that. You are on their mind, you are in their heart, but there's a sense of figuring out what this is. They are proud to have you in their life. They feel honored. That's what this could be too. They feel honored that you are a part of their world. They feel honored that you had the emotional capacity to reach out and nurture them and be their cheerleader at a time where they really needed that. Especially if they lost a parent, a mother or a father or a grandparent. Okay, so this is positive. This is transitioning into something new. There's something very significant about looking in the mirror, looking at oneself, something about the reflection. Maybe you are a reflection of the love they want and desire for themselves. Maybe you are the reflection of the person they've always wanted or seen themselves with. Or there's some, I'm not phrasing this well, I apologize, but there's something about their values are reflected in what they see from you. Does that make sense? It's kind of like this, right? This is the Death card, a very positive card, usually, right? And I know that sounds odd for those who don't follow tarot, but quite frankly, this is Scorpio. This is Scorpio's card. So the Death card is not always this, oh my God, heaviness. Again, there could have been something severe going on in this person's life, but you already know about that, right? I'm not predicting death. Death is about transitioning from one cycle to another. So what is that cycle? As we said, this person is kind of contemplating or figuring out, I really like Leo, but where is this headed? How do they feel? They transition into a new cycle, I think, with you. Are you dealing with a Scorpio? Some of you might be, especially with this Ace of Cups. It doesn't have to be that, but there's something very positive about this Death card, but there is a need to step back and assess the situation to understand what's going on. This person is doing a lot of internal reflection, but even when they're off by themselves, they're thinking of you. This feels like, I mean, sort of like a soulmate. I'm sort of dancing around that, but it feels like, yeah, like cosmically guided. There's some sense of certainty in your person that you guys met for a reason, and that it's meant to be more than it is now, whatever that means to you. Did you guys meet in winter? Something about the snow. Snow falling is an important message for some of you. It's a confirmation for some of you. So that could indicate seasonal change or going on a trip. You know, if you live in a tropical area, maybe you're going on a trip and there's going to be, you know, snow to a different climate, to some chillier or colder place. It could also be a seasonal timestamp of when things are going to progress. Maybe, is this someone you always visit at Christmas time? Something about snow. Does your favorite song lyrics mention snow? Is that someone's name? Do you have a cat named like Snowy or something like that? Ace of Swords. All right. And something about the changing of clothing. If I know this is oddly specific, I apologize because I know it's not for everyone, but I am going to relay the message because it did come out. Changing of like snowy or damp clothing. If you were out all day and it got wet with elements or rain, whatever it is. Changing or a swapping of clothing. Do you guys like wear the same size shoe or the same size this or the same size that? And I want to be clear, this could be same-sex partnership as well. Yeah, someone offered you the shirt off their back or the jacket off their back, or do you guys go ice skating together or something about that is a confirmation for one or two of you. I'm not going to linger on it because it's oddly specific, but again, you'll know if it's your message. Ace of Swords is there's going to be new communication. I want one more on that. I'm just kind of intrigued by it, but it's not really telling me too much. There's a little bit of a fear or an intimidation, and perhaps it's the fear of being vulnerable. And committing to something for life. Your person may you may have literally said once upon a time that I'm not really looking for commitment, I'm not really looking for marriage, or I don't know if I ever want to get married again, or something of the sort. And yet this person, they've kept that thought, that information, that Ace of Swords, in the back of their head. And so something about something you've said in the past about love, about romance, they're second guessing how they fit into that picture with you, even though I think the vibes are there, the feelings are there. I don't know, I'm just getting, you made like a very drastic statement about your love life once, and they took it to heart, but you said it in a way where you weren't even projecting it onto them or the situation. It's something that's being taken out of context, but they are internalizing it and trying to understand, so maybe Leo doesn't like me at all, or maybe this, or maybe that. And maybe that's the case. I mean, I'm going to look into your cards, but right now, I mean, there's a person who's, again, I think already in your life, a very solid friendship, that they're leaning towards the Hierophant, which is a card of tradition, a card of marriage. It also is a card of Taurus. So possibly in terms of major arcana, this could involve a Taurus or a Scorpio. It doesn't have to, though. And something about religion, and it could also be going against tradition, specifically with religious, or like a religious upbringing. I don't know if that at all put like a wedge in your relationship, like conflicting opinions on, I don't know, religion, spirituality. It could even be politics. There's something about going against tradition. And again, for some of you, that's a message of something that you said and you were very, no, I'm never getting married. I don't believe in it. That's where this person is like, oh, well, could I ever be with someone and not get married? Like, to me, that's something I want, or vice versa. Do you understand what I mean? There's a conflict of your opinion on something, but this person is like weighing it out. Something about a Libra here is important too. All right, so let's look at you. You think about this person too, and as I said, at minimum, it's very sexually charged. And aside from that, though the message could be combined, you like to make them feel good. You like to make them feel better, but also in a way that, yes, sexual, but it is deeper than that, though. It's, you tend to them. You want to make them feel good about themselves. You want to cheer them on from the sidelines. I think you want to be a part of their life, but there's an element of this where you do, in a sense, like to, I don't know if it's mother them or father them, but you like to be their rock. You like to be there for them. You like to be that dependable person or that responsible person in their life because you know, in a sense, that they haven't always had that. Interesting. You're putting on your Superman cape or your Superwoman cape. So then let's see. Nine of Swords. What is this about? Okay, yeah, this is the same message. When they were brought down to their knees by something, you know, I said something similar to, I think it was Cancer. There really aren't a lot of Cancer cards here, but that's not to say it couldn't be them. Also, that word that's a trigger word, right? Yeah, some of you know what that is. There's a situation that kind of, at minimum, was a struggle or difficult. Again, the fives. It could have been a tower moment. It could have been a very significant moment in their life. It really brought them down to their knees, and in a sense, they felt trapped by their circumstance. They felt trapped by their life. They felt trapped by a person, by like a life path. Like, I've committed myself to, I don't know why, I've committed myself to getting a degree. This keeps coming through, education. And I've changed my mind, but I have to go through with it because I'm on a loan and this and that, whatever it is. This person felt lost, and it's like their only refuge from that or out of that negative headspace was the comfort of your arms, the comfort of your words. The dial is turning up sexually. If that hasn't already been a thing, it very much is going to be for a lot of you. This person may struggle with anxiety or depression, and you are like their guiding light. You are like their star. This is very, like, all hail Leo, isn't it? And I usually don't do readings like this, so for those who are new, I'm not at all trying to kiss your ass. I'm a pretty straight shooter with a tarot reading, but this is very positive. This person holds you up in a very high light. Limelight, I heard. Lemons and limes. What's that about? Do you guys cook together? Did you make a meal together? Did they make you dinner? Did you always make them dinner? Did you send them with a bag to lunch every day when they went off to their whatever? There's something about the meals you guys cook, or maybe that's just going to be your next date. Maybe they're going to invite you out to dinner or something like that. But your wish in your heart space, okay, this is important. Your apprehension, if there is some, on coming in is that you don't want to be the Band-Aid for the internal work that they have to do, and that is fucking awesome, Leo. I really like that, because there was an element of this message of this person is a lost cause, but you come in and save the day and then they're better. But again, the ethics side of me is like, well, they have to do their own work. You can't always save the day. And here's the thing, that message says you know that, which I think is awesome. It's essentially saying, yes, you have love for this person, but you won't always be their guiding light. There's going to be a time where you're not there. There's going to be a time where essentially this person has to face their own inner demons and understand what is giving them this stress, this anxiety, this feeling of lost hope. You're there as a support, you're there as a rock, but you can't do the work for them, and that is your ultimate wish, is for them to get healthy and well again. This person may have been bedridden for a while or struggled with a medical issue of some kind. And you're there. I don't think you're going anywhere. This person's going to come see you, especially if they live at some sort of distance from you. You know, that could be 2 hours or 10 hours or, you know, a plane flight, right? It doesn't, at a distance, whatever that means to you, they're going to come and see you. Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of luggage being packed, a lot of luggage. So are you guys moving in together? Are you helping them move out of their apartment? There's bags and suitcases and boxes everywhere. Or if it's not boxes, it's like packing the entire car with like road trip stuff. To escape the tower. Okay, there's something important here about this person cannot heal in the environment that broke them. They need a change of pace. So again, some of your people are moving home from college, or do you understand what I mean? This person wants to get the hell out of Dodge to avoid any more, I don't know if it's trauma or just confusion, chaos. They've made it out of a situation, and then they want to get the hell out of there. It could be a situation from a past lover, an ex. If that's the case, it's like, I don't even want to live in New York City. Let's go to Portland. Like, do you know what I mean? There's something about, and I think you're going to go with them. And possibly one of their siblings, too. If you guys are looking to rent a space or a business space or get an apartment, there's the two of you, and then there's a third person. But I want to be very clear, it's not third party in the romantic sense. It would be like, even if you're going on a road trip, it's like you're going and so is the dad to help them move from college. Or do you understand what I mean? There's something about a third person comes along, but I want to be very clear, there's nothing romantic there. It's very likely a family member, and that could be on your end too. Yeah, there's a road trip with 3 people. And I mean, Three of Cups is happy, celebratory energy. It's also reunion. So if you haven't seen this person in a while, again, they're coming to see you. You both have Six of Swords. So that says to me, too, this person has probably done some internal work. Again, happy tears. They've reached, especially if they're going to therapy, which is always a good idea. Everybody should have a therapist, right? Whether it's your best friend or someone you're paying to lie on the couch, right? This person has probably done a lot of internal work, or they are going to do that. Maybe you're helping them, you're giving them a ride to go see a therapist for the first time. Whatever it is. They have done a lot of internal work, and so I think there will be a sense of relief from you, Leo. Because they have made strides in that area, there's reason to celebrate. For some of them, it might have to do with sobriety. But yeah, there's still hesitance on your part about what this is or what it could be. You have reservations about something. Something about, they may in the past have had an explosive temper. I'm not sure if it's ever like reared its ugly head at you, but there's something about this person where you're a little bit hesitant still. Trickster energy, did they lie about something that really hurt you? Especially if you guys have a solid friendship. Yeah, there may have been a time where, you, especially if they had addiction issues, it got the better of them and they may have told a white lie or a fib or done something and you were sort of involved in the aftermath of it and it really put like a wedge in it of like, I like you and we're friends, but that wasn't cool when you did this. That's coming through a little bit. It could also be because you have reservations because you were holding out for a Gemini or a Virgo. There, again, third party energy. Not in the sense of like the parental thing, obviously. Something about mother, father, and child. You may have trust issues about relationships and it stems from what the relationship you saw evolve with your parents over the years. You may have reservations, again, about marriage, about long-term commitment. You, Leo, may be a professed or a proclaimed like bachelor, bachelorette for life. But this person makes you reconsider. You're in assessment mode as well. You both are. I think you're trying to figure out where the other person stands, though I think most of my Leos, you know this person is interested, but you have something that you really have to work through internally about if this could be more than friendship. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, there's an internal struggle for both of you. There's also a lot of arguments or fighting with another Leo. I don't think it's this person, though it could be. But yeah, there's another Leo that you guys are very aggressive and argumentative towards each other. Something about that is gumming up the works of this relationship. And it could be maybe this person is fighting with their Leo X, and that energy is still kind of coming into what could be really beautiful. So, I mean, I think it looks very positive, but yeah, there's a little bit of room for assessment here, Leo. That's sort of what I got for you. All right, Leo, not a bad reading at all. In fact, I like your person's energy. They got to do the internal work. And maybe you do too. Maybe that was a nod to you to do the same. So, all right, Leo, should we do my Aries gang next? Aries. What's up, Aries? How you guys doing? Tell me about Aries love life, please. Aries. Aries, this is going to be the person you're thinking about. If you don't currently have a person, this might not be your message, or it may resonate at a later date. It could also be what is the good word for it? A reflection of something that has already transpired, in which case there's probably a confirmation in there for you, okay? As always, if it's not your message, don't take on that energy. Come into it with an open heart and an open mind. And that's about it. Those are my rules. You guys know the rules, right? Aries, did you have a good Leo season? Are some of you dating a Leo? Is that why I just said that? Fire. All right. Your person has wedding bells on the mind. Yeah, Two of Cups and the soulmate card. Beautiful. Liking that a lot. There's a little tricky energy here too, but yeah, overall positive. Okay, let's see. So bottom of your deck is the Ace of Cups. Hell yeah. All right, Aries. All right. Ace of Cups with the dove. But then there's the Knight of Swords. What's that about? We'll see. There's a little bit of anxiety or fear or, okay, it's being overwhelmed, especially if you're planning a wedding. So that's just for some of you. Or it may have to do with your job. Being overwhelmed, you're just burnt out, exhausted. But This almost says to me, you come back to the water, the cup, right, to refresh. It's almost like splashing your face with water. In metaphor, that's sort of what your person does for you. They revive you. They bring you a sense of calm, and they bring you back to like hitting reset. Like, okay, I'm with my person. We're good. It's not all tragedy and nightmares. Yeah. Some of you may be struggling financially, especially, and I'm not predicting this per se, but if there was a loss of a job or a furlough or something like that, your person may be sweating a little bit because they're worried about finances. So, all right, let's see. So your person, yeah, there's been some spilled cups. They did something they're also not proud of or they're ashamed of. There's a sense that what they thought they want, there's a realization about something that they thought they needed, they didn't get because the universe didn't think it was best for them. For a lot of you, it had to do with a job, or this is your person's energy, but feel free to swap the roles. They feel like there's a loss or they missed out on something, but what they're struggling with is not seeing the glass half full because there is opportunity that still exists around them. Some of you are actually pregnant. Something about the mother always comes up in your reading, every time. Something about the mother is very important, or a traditional upbringing, a very religious upbringing. What is going on here? Okay, just give me a second, guys, because I want to absorb this message, and it's not coming together right now. 1 second, please. Did you reach out to this person to help you with something, or they ignored you, or they disregarded you, or there's a chilly vibe. Somebody really needed help and they didn't act on it. What song am I thinking of? Oh my God, okay. So random, but again, for one or two of you, that song, the Phil Collins song, In the Air at Night, isn't that about like witnessing someone drowning and not helping? So obviously that's not the literal message, but that song is important. So if you hear that song on the radio, you're going to get the shivers, the chills, because that song is important. Okay, here's the thing. It's not that situation. That's a future message for my Aries. When you hear that song on the radio or wherever it's playing, notice what is going on when that song plays. Notice what you were thinking of when you heard that, when the song came on. Because something about that situation is important regarding your love life. What you're wearing, what you're holding, where you are, what you're looking at. When that song comes on your, whatever. Do people use iPods anymore? I don't know. On your phone, on your iPod, on the radio, in the doctor's office. Something about that is important. Very interesting. Okay. And okay, this person may have had a fight with their mother and they're feeling very guilty or remorse about it. This person doesn't like to be vulnerable. They have a pattern of walking away when it gets too real. They're very headstrong. They like to be independent. In a sense, there's a power struggle between them and their mother, though it could also be with you, Aries. There's a reflection of that coming out in the relationship. They might be, I don't know why this is coming through, fearful of having children because of the household they grew up in. And for some of you, there's news of pregnancy. So maybe there was a conversation and it went in kind of an awkward way, but there will be recovery from that. With Three of Cups, that is a reason to celebrate reunions, socialization. It's very positive energy. I think it's Mercury with Cancer. So again, news or conversations, that's very lighthearted, very positive. It has to do with the people you love. Gosh, this is a confusing message though, isn't it? So the overall outcome is soulmates. I like that. Weddings, reasons to celebrate milestones in a relationship, even if it's not a wedding. This feels like there's some awkward hurdle to get over with your person. This feels like your person is in trouble with their mother, like they're being scolded even though they're a full-fledged adult. Yeah, this person's mother is very domineering in their life, or a maternal figure. I'm really not getting father. I have to be honest. I'm getting mother. There's a mother that still pulls the strings, a mother who's almost like the puppeteer, and that's impeding in your guys' relationship here. It's like your person is a mama's boy or a mama's girl, and you're like, but I'm your wife, I'm your husband, you know what I mean? What is this about? Is the name Phil or Colin important? I keep getting something about that song. Yeah, it's over. It's done with. This person made a decision that they regret, and I don't mean to be disheartening, but there's no picking up the pieces. It's done. 10 of Wands says let it go. It was a burden and it was a struggle. Again, this may have to do with a job title that they were relieved of. But even if that's the case, they're all up in their feels like, shit, what am I going to do? I lost my job. This is saying they hated that job. It was a pain in the ass. Like, in a sense, and I know not everybody's ready to hear this, so stick with me. In a sense, universe took that job away because it was not their destined path. They were never meant to stay there because it was making them miserable. But again, they're seeing glass half empty of, and I understand this. I'm not trying to be unsympathetic. I lost my source of income. What am I going to do? You're going to find another job. That's what the Empress says, right? She builds the empire. It's a great card for money, as is this. This is a temporary disappointment, but your person needs to raise their vibration and understand it's fleeting. That was one opportunity of a million. And again, I know what's going on globally right now. It's a crazy ass time. I'm not trying to be unsympathetic. If anything, I'm trying to encourage your person. Yes, 3 cups has spilled, but what are those 2 cups literally right next to them that are upright? They're full of love. They're full of water. They're full of potential for money, for abundance, right? This person also feels like they missed out on an opportunity. I heard climbing the corporate ladder. Maybe they weren't destined to do that. Just putting it out there, right? For those who are pregnant or considering having a child, adopting a child, it could even be something like adopting a pet, your fur babies. That's going to raise their vibration. It's going to be beautiful to bring a child into this world. But they have their own issues to sort out with their mother. Yeah, you guys are expanding together. Your bank account may be expanding. There's new money coming in, especially wedding gifts. It could be something to do with a family inheritance or something like that. And I'm not really reading for money. I just want to put the disclaimer. I'm not the tarot reader that tells you you're going to win the lottery. I'm not. That's not how I read cards. I read it with a very logical perspective. But if there's money cards, I'm going to tell you. And your money cards actually look very positive. Okay? So just for those who need to hear it. Now, again, this is coming up in your person's spread, but you're with your person. Yeah, there's good work cards here, too. Save your money for a rainy day so that you can go out and enjoy things with your sweetheart. A lot of you are saving for a wedding. It keeps coming through. So, yeah, as the marriage card comes through, the Hierophant. So this may involve a Taurus. There's magic there. There's beautiful things blossoming and developing. Some of you are have a psychic connection to nature, to animals. Walking outside is very therapeutic for you and your person. There's something about grounding yourself, right? The earth energy that is offered to us all in Virgo season. Go out and spend time in nature. Take off your shoes and dig your feet into the sand, into the dirt, into the mud, whatever it is. Reconnect with, I know it's kind of cheesy, but like Mother Earth. That's what this is. That in itself can heal mommy issues, right? Even if someone's mother is passed, if they're no longer on this plane, on this earth, they're around you in nature, in spirit. There's a need for spiritual healing with a mother figure. And without digging too deep into this, because again, this is like psychology degree type, go see a professional. There may have been a situation with like an abusive mother that's coming in a little bit, whether it's, emotionally, verbally, God forbid, physically, right? Any of that, bad. But there's a sense to heal that once and for all because it's a burden this person is still carrying around. And, okay, this is making sense now. That's what this is. Okay, it took me a minute. It took me more than a minute. It took me a long time, didn't it? There is a sense of remorse over not healing something with a mother when they were still alive. Even if this mother or whoever, right, it doesn't really matter, a person in this person's life did terrible things or acted terribly with them or around them, if that person has passed, I hope this makes sense, the relative of your person, Aries, your person is still holding on to that emotional guilt very tightly. They're very bound to it, and it is impacting your relationship. But you guys are headed to such beautiful things. Your person just needs to do some internal work. And I said the same thing to Leo. You can't do the work for them, but you can be their rock. You can be their co-pilot. You can be, that person that they come home to and vent to. You can be, the arms that hug them. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't do the spiritual work for them. Your person is going to have some sort of like vivid dream or in meditation, or they're going to go out in nature and have like a vision. It's very beautiful. But there's something about it brings them clarity and peace of mind about something from the past that is over. It's done, but they're still holding on to the guilt or the sorrow. A missed opportunity. It may have to do with the mother. It may have to do with work. It may have to do with a child. There could have been a decision to not move forward with a pregnancy, and there's a lot of shame or guilt or resentment about that, okay? So let's look at your person's energy is heavy. Are we okay? Let's take a collective breath. That was a lot. All right, so that's your person. Let's send them good, positive vibes. Maybe this is your sister, right? This doesn't have to be your romantic partner, but yeah, someone's going through it. You are their rock, though. You have beautiful energy. Again, you are like that splash of cool water on the face that brings them back to reality, right? When they're really struggling with something. Oof, it's heavy. Let's look at your energy, though. We're raising our vibration. Tell me about Aries. So on your mind, you're thinking lots of things. You got the whole world on your mind. You're trying to save the world, aren't you, Aries? You're trying to be there for everybody else, but make sure that is not dimming your own light. Make sure, again, self-love, right? That's important. You may need to recharge your battery after hanging out with this person because there is a very heavy energy around them. And I'm not by any means, blaming them or faulting them for it, but there's you may need to disconnect, whether it's for an hour or a day or a week or a month, right? Whatever your circumstance is, to recharge your battery and raise your vibration, to literally take flight again. Some of you may be traveling, specifically air travel on a plane. I'm almost getting think happy thoughts, the way, Peter Pan throws the fairy dust and you fly, you ascend. You need to think happy thoughts. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but there's something weighing you down about your person, but you do love them very much. Yeah, they're your soulmate. You guys may have been best friends for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You may have known them in your childhood. You may have known them in other lives. You may have even, this is a very interesting message, you may have even swapped roles with them, especially if this is a mother-child relationship. In past lives, you were the mother and they were the child, and then in other lives, you were the mother, they were the child, vice versa. Did I say that right? You were the parent, they were the child. They were the parent, you were the child. There's something about the karmic relationship that goes back and forth. Go on a picnic. Again, go out into the earth. Go camping. Go kayak on the rapids, or something about spending time in the natural elements of earth. Lie on the grass and look up at the sky. Blow some of those dandelion fuzz things, right? Make wishes. Make wishes to the earth. Talk to spirit. Talk to source. In fact, ask God, spirit, for help with your person. If you're feeling at a loss because you can't save them, well, you're absolutely right. You can't. You can't. It's not your job. You're not meant to. But you can guide them in the right direction. You can offer them support. You can offer them kindness. But in a sense, it's you need to give it up to source. You need to give it up to God. This person is your soulmate. Flat out, the world, 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands, they're your soulmate. You guys equally bring something to each other, but this may be testing you because this is a time, and this is a beautiful lesson for you, Aries, right? Because you are the first house of the zodiac. You rule the self, the identity, in a sense, the ego, right? Don't be offended by this. I mean this in a very positive way. It's singular. You come first in your life, and that is beautiful, right? Again, that's the Ace of Cups. You can't pour from an empty cup. This is a challenge because it's a struggle, because this, in a sense, this situation is requiring you to really, really think about that other person. In a sense, there have been times where you've had to make sacrifices to put them first, but in a very beautiful way, Spirit is reminding you, throw the fairy dust on yourself too. Find avenues or outlets that raise your vibration individually. Because when you're around this person, and I'm not saying forever, but you know, for an outcast for the next month, they're going through it. They need you as their rock and their support system. And I do think you love this person, but there is a sense of like, ugh, when I hang around them, my heart is heavy. It's a little bit of a buzzkill. On a positive note, you're going to be kicking ass at work. Do you strongly identify with the work you're doing, and could you expand? The work you do brings happiness to other people, and in return, doing that work, becoming your work, is a mirror. Like, it makes you feel very good about yourself. So this would not be a job where you're breaking your back. You enjoy the process. You're the master of your craft. Some of you are going to be entrepreneurs, or there's money to be made in your business career. And maybe that's what you're doing when you're not spending time with your person and consoling them. There's good things. I'm not trying to rag on your person. They're going through it. They need some help, but you guys have a very strong relationship. Maybe it's not that now, but the outcast, the forecast is very beautiful. In the meantime, your career is blossoming. A lot of you are going to work with children or be teachers, or you're going to work with produce, with fruits and vegetables. Maybe you're a nutritionist. Maybe you're teaching people about their health. Yeah, your business is lit. You have your own card, the Emperor with the Eight of Pentacles. What are you doing in your career? Are you enjoying it? If you're not, you need to go into that side hustle that brings you joy, because it's fire. It's good. It's money in the hands. A lot of you, you're really good at arts and crafts, particularly sewing or needlepoint. And again, that's an avenue for income if you want it to be. You just may have never thought about that before. Two of Cups is your outcome. You got love. You got love for your person. Understand that time apart, whether, again, an hour, a day, a week, whatever that is, will be good for you because it allows you to recalibrate internally. You have the Eight of Pentacles twice. Again, those are cards of Taurus. Okay, there's something about this person, the reason you met, may have an influence on your career. If you're with a person, and maybe this isn't your long-term person, maybe this is a soulmate because you were destined to be friends, there's something about witnessing or experiencing something they've gone through. It informs you on the way you want to do something in your work. Maybe you want to be a psychologist. Maybe you want to be a therapist. Maybe you want to work with people who struggle with their emotions. Maybe you want to do therapeutic art. Maybe you're going to be an art teacher. People who suppress their emotions and don't let out their truth, their whatever is floating around in their subconscious, you help them to express it. You welcome them into that world because it allows them to heal. You're a healer, Aries. You're Peter Pan. You're the one throwing the fairy dust on people that allows them to fly. It's your work. It's your spiritual work. Even if it's not your career, it's something you're meant to do in this lifetime, is you grant people permission to fly, to live their best life, to be themselves, to free themselves from the burden, from the struggle that's keeping them down. It's almost like the lead weight that's tied around their foot, you cut with the scissors. You're like, you're free. Go live your life. This isn't your story anymore. This isn't your burden to carry. Does that make sense to any of you? A lot of you may be do like religious teachings or spirituality, really, with the Hierophant. Yeah, 0. The Fool, right? The brand new start. Sorry, my camera doesn't always focus super well. Glad I spent money on this new camera. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Camera. Some of you are photographers too. This is not focusing, but you're going to take my word for it. It's the Fool. The Fool is about this light-hearted, optimistic outlook, taking a big leap of faith. This camera thing is driving me nuts. Are we going to focus? Come on. Don't let me down. There we go. Hey, what's up? What's up, Aries? Lighthearted new beginnings. You bring this to other people. You bring them joy in some way. That's important for you guys to know. If you're really struggling with your person, and again, you're feeling at a loss, ask for help, but know that you being in this person's life is enough. You just being a shoulder that they can cry on or someone they can pick up the phone and talk to, that's amazing. That's what they need. You don't have to insert yourself into the situation anymore. Because they're going to have a recognition on their own. Spirit is trying to send them messages. They just might not be in a good place to receive them because they're not aware of what's around them, right? They're so lost on what's been spilled, they're not recognizing the 2 upright cups. They will. you can nudge them in the right direction. You can try to show them the light, but again, you can't do the healing for them. But this has potential to be beautiful. And I will say too, yeah, Knight of Cups, there's forward movement in your love life, particularly with a Pisces. You may have strong Pisces in your chart as well, if you're a Pisces, Aries, cusper. Anyway, and again, Libra, a divine partnership or something very important involving the Libra. It could also be a Libra mother. Or you may give birth to a Libra child. There is something you've gained from this relationship too. Even though it may seem like a struggle, Spirit brought this person into your life for a reason too, Aries. So almost look at it as like an opportunity for growth and spiritual knowledge on your path, because there's something this person does offer to you. You might not be viewing it that way right now, but there is. There's something more to that. Good Lord, Aries. That was a very deep one. That was very spiritual. All right. I hope that spoke to someone out there. Sagittarius, let's do it. How are you guys? How are my Saggy gangs? I hope you guys are well. I think some of my Sagittarians are going through it right now. They got some personal stuff going on. If that is your story, if you're struggling, if you're having irrational outbursts of anger, I'm just kidding. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you light. I want my Saggies vibing high. Those beautiful Sagittarians. Help me with their love life. Let's get some messages about your love life. And if you're doing well, if you're doing awesome, if you are vibing high, that is fucking incredible. Yes. Let's linger in that energy. Let's stay in it. All right, Spirit. Tell me about Sagittarius' love life. Sagittarius. Saggy. All right, let's do it. Let's keep those vibes high. So if you don't currently have a person, this might not be your message, or it may resonate in the future. It could also reflect back to you something that has already transpired as a confirmation. That's up to you to decide, Sagittarius. Yeah, that's about it. We're going to hop in. And I was like, what else do you need to know? You guys know the drill, right? My Saggy gang, you've been with me from the beginning, from the start. Come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Don't be offended if it is not your message. Sagittarius. There's that Five of Pentacles. I knew it was coming. Help me out. Let's get some positive messages for Sag about their love life, messages for their best and highest good. All right. Some of you, double Scorpio energy. Okay, let's do it. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. Take heart. What is a good expression for it? Have peace of mind that everything you need is right in front of you. The Magician has all the tools on their table. They don't need to seek a whole lot more to figure out the piece to the puzzles that aren't matching up right now. It's all there. It's all in front of you. It's just going to take a little bit of mental energy, right? Mercury, to figure out how to make it work. But it's all there. All the pieces are there. Potentially all the people are there. Maybe you have choices to make. Maybe you have decisions to make. Maybe you're trying to align with divinity or your higher self to understand what is the love that I can get from this person and what am I able to give back at this point. There's decisions involved here. Potentially with a Gemini or a Virgo, though it doesn't have to be. You may be deciding literally between two. All right, let's see here. What should we clarify with? This one? Golden girls, absolutely. All right. Are you happy, Sagittarius? You're not sure. Oh, let me show you the right card. Jenny Lewis Tarot. Oh yeah. Who's the redhead? Are you dealing with a redhead? Happy. Four of Cups is complacent. It's boredom. It's the moon in Cancer. So it's our natural instinct to get to a certain level of happiness and then think, all right, well, what's next? You're not at the next thing yet, so you're considering, all right, am I going to bring it to the next level? Am I going to take that cup from the hand of God floating over my head and utilize it? Am I going to offer it to myself? Am I going to offer it to someone else? But there is a sense of loss, right? One of those cups is empty, and so there's contemplation of, oh, well, that was a disappointment. I didn't like that. Do I flee? Do I abandon it entirely? Or am I just going to sit and watch Netflix and tolerate this person I'm with even though the love isn't there, right? Who's that little bunny creeping up around the hill? Do you guys see that? Someone's got their eye on you, Sagittarius. In fact, someone may have made a love offer to you with that Ace of Cups coming down from the sky, but you're not seeing it, or you're not acknowledging it, or you're really thinking if it's for you, if you want to act on it. Some of you, I just got to call you out, Sagittarius. Some of you are being a little bit lazy. You need to get up and exercise more. You are a fire sign. You are just action oriented. There is energy flowing all through your body. You need to go out and exercise that, because yes, it's good physical exercise for your body, but it's also about almost like working through the mental gymnastics of making that decision. The answer is not going to come to you, again, sitting on your ass. I can be blunt with you, right, Sag? You're a very blunt sign. I say this all in love. You guys know I love you. Yeah, get out from your current space, your environment, because it's not bringing you any new insights or information. You have thinking to do, maybe about a Pisces. The do-si-do, the dancer, is there a dancer in your life? There's something very back and forth. Some days you're in, some days you're not. Some days you love each other, some days there's arguments. This is about assessing what is around you to gain a new perspective. This is the Hangman, a card of Neptune energy, that dreamy energy. But rather than going internal the way the Hermit does in Virgo season, this is about going external to find the answers. Again, leaving your apartment, leaving that room, leaving your bed if you're not getting out of bed in the morning. Mixing up your environment to gain a new perspective on what is currently there, because the Hangman makes the 4, the upside down 4. Do you see that with his legs? Again, this is a 4. 4s in tarot are not bad, but they're not great. There's a comfortability, there's a familiarity in the 4, but it also grows stagnant. It grows boredom, right? If the cups aren't moving, if the water isn't flowing, it gets stagnant, it starts to smell. The cup of water will grow mold. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all a metaphor, of course. There's a need to shake it up. I literally just told you, get off the couch and exercise in more ways than one. There's a need to mix something up, but also there's an element of, this is a harsh message, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it, and this really has to do with you. There's an element of rose-tinted glasses. You're seeing it with like a disco ball. It's a party, it's fun, but that's not how you're really feeling. It may have started that way. There may have been immediate electricity and sparks, but this is saying remove the rose-tinted glasses and, for better or worse, see it as it really is. Sagittarius, you're gonna make me work for it. All right, let's see. So I'm reading your cards first. Interesting. Usually I read your person's card, but this immediately was hopping into your energy. So know in advance you can reverse the stories, but you're in the driver's seat, Sag, okay? Everybody has free will. In your heart, again, possible third party. Are you growing a business? Are you building a business? Are you networking? Are you reaching out to people? You're trying to put money towards something expensive or something you want to build, but it requires travel. And there's something about your current relationship, even if this isn't romantic, even if this is parental or your sibling or whatever it is, something about this relationship is holding you back. I said the same thing to Aries. It almost feels like a lead weight on your foot, so you're not able to ascend or achieve what you really want to until you work things out in the romance department or the relationship department. There's something you're very excited about, though, regarding your money or a business opportunity. And again, that's a good sign. If you get the tingles and the feels and it makes your heart swell to think about the opportunity, you should go for it. Ironically, you have that going on with money or career or a project team, something you could build. This is a card of teamwork, of collaboration, but you're not feeling it romantically. Again, that's a sign. When you're with your person, if you're like, hey babe, how you doing? Want to watch Netflix for the 8th time this week? Sagittarius. Do I or don't I? That's how I interpret that card. Do-si-do. Some of you may literally be dancers. There's something important about the steps, the routine, the way you dance, or musicians, something about that. Again, there's opportunity there that is lucrative. Working with clients. Are you a dance instructor? Are you an aerobics instructor? Exercise is very important right now, Sagittarius. So in your overall outcome, it's the death card. Again, not literal death, but an ending or a transition into a new cycle, potentially with a Leo. If you're dealing with a Leo, something there, it's a good solid friendship. It's going to continue. It's going to move forward. But look, though, this is important. What are you walking away from? A tornado, a hurricane, a tower, in a sense, right? something that's unpleasant to deal with, to look at, or to flat out acknowledge, to have a difficult conversation, communication, with a person about whether or not you want to build. Now again, this is up to you, Sagittarius. I'm not telling you to do one thing or the other, but there's a transition out of an old cycle and into a new one. The new one is stronger. What you're transitioning into, what that horse is, that knight, if you will, is headed to, is strength. It's strong. For a lot of you, this has to do with a business partnership. Give me one more on that, please. A lot of you are packing or you're moving. I'm seeing you with a cat carrier or packing up stuff for your cat or your dog or your pet. Maybe you're moving apartments. Maybe you're moving homes. Maybe you're taking a business trip and packing a lot of luggage, especially if it has to do with something spiritual or I heard Wiccan, something that or metaphysical, the occult, something like that. Do you do that? Is that your job? Is that your career? You're taking that with you. There is growth and potential in your career. That is upright. That is ascending. That is heading in a positive direction. It's not to say the relationship couldn't come with you, but you're sorting something out. I mean, the hangman is a card of assessment. So what are you assessing about your relationship? With the moon, though, there's secrets. There's something you're feeling, cups, that you're not saying. You're not saying. Cancer and Pisces, maybe it has to do with a water sign. Maybe your secret is that you caught feelings for a Leo or a fire sign for that matter. Regardless, maybe that's for one or two of you, not everyone. There's fire here. This is very likely you, Sagittarius, the Queen of Wands. This is a card of creativity and spirituality and passion. Whatever the pieces and the details are in your life, Spirit says you need to transition into a new cycle where you are embracing who or what you are passionate about. Both, right? Ideally. Maybe you can't multitask right now, but I think you're being asked to be honest. What are you passionate about? That's really what this is saying to me. There is strength in your passions. That is what you need to be focusing on and pursuing right now. There could potentially be a very strong relationship with an Aries coming into your life, a fellow fire sign, though it doesn't have to be. Tell me about this indecision, this. Let's throw one more on this. I don't love that energy, but clearly it's something you guys are kind of working through. Some of you may choose to work with a Scorpio or to no longer work with a Scorpio. I know that's confusing, but again, you'll know. You'll know, Sag. Yeah, you're looking for some sort of insight. A lot of you just need to ask God, to ask Spirit to do some sort of like journaling, like free flow association writing. Just let the pen hit the paper and see what comes out. Some of you may be writing a letter to your person. Some of you may be waiting for them to communicate, and in a sense, the Spirit is saying, well, why? Why are you not communicating first? Some of you are being very headstrong, like you're not willing to be the bigger person. There may have been an argument or a fight, and you both are feeling some type of way. The solution to the problem is communication. New beginnings, maybe with an air sign. There's potential 10 of Pentacles with a Scorpio, long-term stability. Now that may also have to do with a career. If you have a business associate or a partner. Oh, I just saw 10 of Cups. Okay, there's both romantic and financial gain with a Scorpio in your life. So your person is not great right now. They're coming up as 5 of Pentacles. Your person may have a child. Or a kitty cat, for that matter. Why the cats always come through in your reading? I swear to God, Sagittarius. There are some feline lovers out there. Do you have like 3 cats? Are you a crazy cat woman or a crazy cat man? Catwoman. That makes me think of Michelle Pfeiffer in her little like her dominatrix suit with her whip. Batman Returns. I love that movie. It's so good. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, your person is not aware of their surroundings. There's help available to them, but they're feeling lost. They're feeling isolated. They may be going to see their parents or their someone in their family to talk about the hardship they're experiencing in their relationship. I don't like it. Why? Because they feel like you've turned their back on them. You may have gotten good news about your career, and it sets you off down a different path, and they feel like they're not allowed to be a part of it. There could have been an argument about money. They're also a little bit jealous of you. And I'm not saying this is the reality of the situation, but the way they view it, there's a little bit of bitterness or a resentment, like, oh, well, it's just so easy being Sagittarius. They get to have this and they get to have that. Again, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not even saying that's true. The way they perceive it, their thoughts, it is a little bit woe is me. Why is my life so much harder than Sagittarius? But there's also a sense of, why does everything come so easily to them? Like, it's not fair. That's sort of what I'm getting from that. Especially if you come from a background where your parents have been very generous towards you, if there's been some sort of inheritance or just been lucky with money, which, by the way, most Sagittarians tend to be that way. You know, depending on, you know, your vibration. Your planet is Jupiter, which is a planet of abundance, of wealth, of luck, of good fortune, of expansion. So anything you set your mind to expand, to grow on, you tend to have fairly good luck, if you want to call it that. Really has to do with your mindset. The vibration you set and you send out to the universe mirrors that. So it's not even that you've been blessed, divinity, with that luck. You create it yourself. You do, don't you, Sagittarius? You're the magician. You create blessings in your life by keeping your vibe high. God damn, money. Money is going to be good, Sagittarius. But your person may not have that outlook. Your person may have a more... they struggle to keep their vibration high, and maybe that's what you're feeding off of. Maybe you're with someone who, for better or worse, they're very sad a lot. They're very, I don't know if pessimistic or glass half empty. What is that doing for you? Again, like the lead weight, I think you need to surround yourself by people who are equally vibing high. Especially if you have strong water in your chart or your person is water. Water signs tend to absorb what is around them. So if the environment or the person they're with or you're with, or fire sign, right? If you're not with people who are expressing themselves and being very positive and putting, for lack of a better term, like air and oxygen out, it's going to suffocate the fire, right? If your person is literally throwing a bucket of water on your dreams and your ideas, your fire is going to dim. It's going to be snuffed out. You need to surround yourself by maybe another fire sign, a Leo or an Aries. They're illuminating you, right? They're bringing warmth and illumination to your dreams. I know that sounds a little bit hippy-dippy and kind of silly, but it's true. It's true. What's the deal with this person? There is resentment because they think everything comes easily to you. Again, something about the cat suit. Michelle Pfeiffer, what's with that? This is Golden Girls Tarot, by the way. Betty White. Hello. Maybe the name Betty or Rose or something, it means something to someone. Maybe that color, rose. Your rose quartz, breaking out your rose quartz, doing some stone energy crystal work. Something about the cat suit. What is that? Do they call you a cat daddy, or I don't know what that is, but that's very funny that came out. Right? Come on. Your person may be struggling financially. Winter is going to be a key month where they do a lot of internal searching. Winter, so it doesn't have to be cold depending on where you live, but winter, whatever that is for you, right? Or your person, rather. But you as well. That came up for a reason. They love you, though. That's the thing. There's this weird resentment towards you, but they love you. You're coming up in their heart space. They are fearful that you're going to leave without them, whatever that means, for a business trip, in your career. They're worried that you're going to soar, you're going to fly, and you're going to forget all about them. Yeah, and there's a lot of pain there. So the sun in Gemini, Ten of Swords. This is saying something has come to an end, and there is only positive things that are going to come into fruition now. Once we let all this mental baggage go. But look, they're not letting it go. They're holding on to it. There's a weird message here about like kind of cursing your name, or like, you know, I'm not saying this literally. Don't take this literally. But the idea of a voodoo doll like sticking needles in it. They like to needle you. They like to criticize you. Or again, there's a jealousy about your vibe. And so this is kind of a heavy message. But they're holding on to it. there's like a disdain or a frustration with you, and yet they're like, but don't leave me. Well, this person needs to check themselves, right? Because what are they contributing to your life that is positive? They love you, but they have a fucked up way of showing it. Marriage, are you married to this person? Is that why you guys are staying? Because you've made the commitment to God, to yourselves, to partnership? Yeah, there's something about marriage in it's coming up in your person's heart. So you'll know, are you married? Okay, if you're not, this person is holding on to the brutal, not wanting to acknowledge the brutal fact that maybe you're not the marriage material they thought you were, or vice versa. Maybe that's what this is. This is assessment on where your feelings stand. These are both cards of marriage. Again, some of you may already be married, but it's a long time coming that there's an ending here. An ending of something, guys, right? Again, you're in the driver's seat. But you're the one who's turned your back. This is your card, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. And this whole message of, oh, it's just so easy to walk away, I'm going to be honest, I don't blame you. If this is your person's energy, this seems like such a buzzkill. Can you guys go to therapy? Like, if you do want to fix this, that's fine. That's absolutely an option. But this is about the manifestation of a new beginning and bringing like magic, electricity, spark into a relationship, or what or whoever it is that you love. This marriage could be saved, but my God, is it going to take a lot of communication? And with Page of Swords, it's saying the full-on effort to communicate, it's half-assed. It's kind of there, but it's immature communication. It's the student of communication. It's the student of knowledge. It's not the King of Swords. It's not the Queen of Swords. Again, even this, there's an immaturity or a half-assed, half in, half out to sever, to cut. It's like neither one of you are absolutely certain where you stand. And so, I mean, I can't really tell you, right? I mean, I can tell you what the cards are saying. Flat out, I don't like this person's vibe very much, but that's just me. You find more happiness in your group of friends than you do your spouse or whatever, your romantic partner right now. There's magic, there is soulmate potential, but look at this card. This is not two people. This is a group of people. These are your work partners. This is your work team. This is your group of best friends. This is your family. And look at all those damn cats. Maybe some of you work as animal therapists, or you do, healing on animals. I'm not sure what that is. Or your Scorpio does. Interesting. I know a Scorpio who does, like, Reiki on pets. So maybe this is her message, or maybe you're going to meet her. I don't know. Look at this card, right, guys? It's hanging on by a thread, and you're holding the sword above it. You're not quite ready to cut it, but it's almost like you've picked up the sword. You've taken action to almost embrace an ending. It's just whether or not you're really ready to do it, to really let go, or are you kidding yourself? Again, Four of Wands can be marriage. I very much sense you guys are already married, but there's an exhaustive quality to this. It's like you can't wait to leave the house so you can go hang out with your friends. Then at the end of the day, when you come home to the husband, to the wife, it's like, hey, how was your day? It was fine. How was yours? What do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you like? It's void of any electricity. Your electricity comes in a group in your life. It could be your church group. It could be your work group. It could be your bocce ball team. Do you understand what I mean? That's the major outlet right now for love. And so I don't know how else to say it. And you know what I'm saying, Sagittarius. This is a hard message. I'm going to give you a couple more cards because I'm just struggling with it. My God, this is a long one. Tell me about Sagittarius' love life, please. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Are you staying together for the kids? Like that Blink-182 song? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. especially your Leo. Yeah, there's very strong vibes with a Leo. And who rules the house of children, the 5th house? Are you going to have children with a Leo? Are you interested in a Leo that already has children? There's potential there, but it's not here yet. Or you may be throwing in the towel with the person you have children with. Capricorn is worth waiting for. If you're with a Capricorn currently, there's potential for them to change their tune. Or it might be saying that if you have your eyes set on a Capricorn, but it's not ready yet, if love isn't flowing there yet, yeah, there's potential there. They haven't come to that agreement or that decision themselves yet. Who's the soulmate? Who are you calling in as your soulmate? The Page of Swords, so the air sign that is younger than you, or vice versa, if there's an age difference with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there's soulmate potential there. And the Ace of Pentacles, the new one, maybe it's the new Earth sign, or maybe in Earth season, Virgo season, you're going to embrace the new. Judgment. Looking at the past, tying up loose ends, closing it out, and moving on to new beginnings. Whether that new beginning is a new person or a new start with the person you're with. Sagittarius, you get me? Ooh, that was a heavy one. I'm not terribly surprised. I knew something's up with the Sagittariuses right now, but if it's not your message, don't take it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.